Bud Wilkinson invented winning. And here at Oklahoma, we uphold the standard. This is the Champion Standard Podcast, where analytics meet film and the tailgate fuels the passion. Touchdown! From deep dives in the film room to advanced stats that tell the real story. Right. We bring Sooner football into focus like never before. The roar of the palace on the prairie, the legacy of champions, and the pursuit of the next one. It's all right here, so lock in, because this is Oklahoma football. This is the Champion Standard. Let's go! Let's go! Go!
Hey, Sooner fans, welcome back. OU survived yesterday against Auburn with a defensive performance, one that Rob and I will dive into in depth here in a second on the Standard.
That's my standard. That's my standard. My champion standard. Champion standard. Pull away the answers. Yeah, the answers. Champion standard. Champion standard. Yeah.
Oh, what a game.
Ooh, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was exciting, exhausting, you name it. Just a great football game. So, hey, before we get going here, please download, like, and subscribe. There you go. Look at us being all timely today. We could really use the subscribers. We want to keep things free for you guys. You know, we're not supported, or university doesn't pay us to do our podcast or anything like that, man. We are just a couple of dudes doing our thing. So really appreciate it, everyone. But yeah, so man, what a game.
That was a lot of fun.
You were at the game.
Yeah. So
you got to experience the whole thing.
It was electric, man. It was electric. It was a lot of fun. It definitely rattled Auburn for sure. I mean, you don't have two holding penalties. What is it? 2 holding penalties, 6 false starts, and 2 delay games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny is that the false starts, 3 of them came from their one of their better offensive linemen, Xavier Chaplin, who's trying to get into the league next year.
Right.
He had 3 false starts. I'm like, dude, if you can't survive in Norman, I don't know what you're gonna do when the pressure is even higher on Sunday. But then again, he's playing against Sunday players right across from him. So I think he lost some money. I think Chaplin lost some money. I think yeah. I mean, our guys really worked him, and Connor Liu 2 holding penalties, and I think both of them are gonna.
So
I think they just fell around her too.
Yeah, was Chaplin the one that got beat on that last play with the safety?
I think so. Yeah,
RMT pretty much just manhandled him.
Yeah,
to get to Arnold. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I
haven't had a chance to rewatch it. I've had a crazy Sunday morning. I can't wait. Trench Warfare, everyone watching.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on Wednesday. JY, Alex, and I we're gonna look at answering the why we struggled in the run game, and the why as in our defensive line is so damn good. So, but yeah, that's gonna be a great episode. That's gonna be loaded. We'll probably do another episode before Kent State. We're gonna keep rolling with these. We've got so much broke down. We've got every single game broke down to defensive front, defensive coverage, offensive scheme, the concept, the route that we were running, all of it. So having this bye week, we're going to be able to take our time and really go through everything. My dashboard's already loaded up. So the 3 of us will be able to get in our hands real into the weeds there. So
that's
gonna be awesome.
I'll leave a lot of that trench talk for Wednesday when we do that. So we'll try not to get into that too much today. Yeah, you mentioned, you and the other 80,000, man, just brought it. I felt like yesterday. I could tell
Yeah.
on the TV. When I can tell on TV that things sing loud, I know it's magnified there when you're at the game. So y'all killed it for 4 quarters. I loved it. I will say this, and I'm not gonna say too much about him here on our pod, but I thought Jackson Arnold played a pretty good game and was fairly composed considering.
I think he was. Yeah, go ahead.
Any other guy that gets sacked 10 times may get out of his element a little bit, but we've talked about him before. We don't have any ill will toward Jackson or anything. So I thought he played well. I know the students were giving him a little shit from what I could hear. they weren't saying they weren't saying nice things with your student section. Their job is to get a little
get
extra.
under the skin. Absolutely.
But no, I thought Arnold played well. Let me ask you this. It's actually one of my takeaways, sort of, or it's kind of a question for you. What quarterback played better, Arnold or Mateer?
I would give the edge to Mateer because, I mean, even Arnold. If you take my whole premise on that whole game is if you take Cam Coleman out of that offense,
sure,
I don't think they score like that. I really don't like watching. I just don't think Auburn could score if you took Cam. Cam Coleman dictated a lot of what Brent could and could not do. And Brent did fantastic with his adjustments in the second half and really, really slowed them down. And yes, I know they took the lead and all this stuff, but Auburn did not have any answers. And I thought Brent did a great job. But if you take Cam Coleman away from Arnold, like that game, I don't think they score. They just don't. And Mateer had 11 explosive plays over the air. So we had 11 plays, passing that were all our explosive plays. But at the end, yes, I mean, Mateer was off. I mean, we'll get into that more later on Wednesday. But yeah, Mateer was off. I mean, I was in the south end zone, and I know with my eyes, he had an open receiver, and he was looking that direction. Again, I haven't rewatched it, but he was looking that direction. It felt like he picked the right side to read based on the coverage. Again, play concept. You usually got zone beaters and a man beater side. It looked like he picked the right side, but for some reason, just like peeled off of it, and I don't know why. But we'll see that there was, I mean, it was the start of the game. They went like 0-4 on third down to start the game, so it was a slow start. Like we were sitting there, and then we would have. But it's hard to fault him when he's got 11 explosive plays through the air. Kanik, and to all your 4 different receivers, and Kanik and Satagna and Bergs, they all got involved. But I just because Mateer can do so much more.
I know.
He could. Like we haven't even seen anywhere close to the ceiling of this offense. Like it's not there, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So definitely give edge to Mateer over Arnold.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, huge gap. I asked you the question because I thought, Arnold play almost as good as Mateer did. So there were a few people calling Cam Coleman Randy Moss.
Really?
And I'm like, he's good, but let's not exaggerate, guys. But
yikes.
Yeah, he's good. He's a problem. He's a problem. We knew that going in.
Yep.
We've talked about it. We talked about it in the off season too, that, they had 2 or 3 receivers that were going to be a tough matchup for us. And Cortland Guillory had his hands full.
Yep.
So, hey, you want to dive into a few takeaways?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Yeah, I already mentioned the one, just, the quarterback play. You said it, Mateer, thankfully, he's got a little bit of Baker Mayfield in him in the fourth quarter. He's able to make a drive when you need to,
Mm-hmm.
because we could have went down and milked the clock and maybe kicked a field goal. Man, I'm so glad we got 6. I didn't want to be up by 2 points and give Auburn the ball. So I'm glad he punched it in. Yeah. So Mateer played good enough. I think we need to start though with the defense. Another outstanding defensive performance. I know some of the metrics may say it wasn't just a great overall performance, but anytime that you can we're going with 10 sacks, right? 9 or 10 sacks, depending on who you ask.
So yeah, so PFF right now has 11. ESPN right now has 9. We have 9 because we're tapped into it.
Okay.
And SIS, I told you off air that SIS reached out to Matt, who sponsors us, like allows us to use the SIS data as much as we want. They haven't even filled out their stuff yet on OU because this is the reason why I like SIS is because they actually take time and review everything. PFF just pushes it out. So they have like 11 sacks right now.
Right.
SIS is still reviewing. They haven't put out their sack pressure, any of their advanced stuff. They don't have it out there yet. And they said that they're going to continue to. So we're tapped into ESPN right now. So that's why we have 9 sacks. That's why we put out the tweet.
Yep.
9 sacks, 14 TFLs, and like a 20% stop rate or something like that.
Yeah. So I know 10 was a team record. I don't know if 9 was.
Okay.
Either way, if you're flirting with a OU team record in sacks, that's saying something with the defenses we've had over the years. Impressive. Just impressive. And by my count here, I had the stats pulled up. I think we had seven different guys credited with a half a sack or more, which is a lot.
Oh, so yeah, because I had 8.
Mm-hmm.
I had 8, but I'm not sure if Marvin Jones Jr. got his or not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
if
but that is wild though. 8 guys getting
7
involved.
or 8 guys. Yeah. And our Mason Thomas getting his in half a game work.
Yeah.
That guy just shows up. Like he showed up out of the locker room and then he showed up at the end of the game. And there's no reason. I mean, there's no I think Brent likes to call him the closer, and you can see why.
Yeah.
The guy just has a knack for the ball, especially late in games, and he can find the quarterback. So I thought that was awesome. Another takeaway, I know we'll get into this a little more probably when we get into the trench talk, but man, no running game. No running game. What was it? 32 yards on 26 carries or something like that. I got the stats here in front of me, but that sounds correct. Just abysmal. I don't know how else to put it. Couldn't find room in the middle, couldn't find room on the outside. And I realized Auburn's front seven's legit. They're pretty good. But we ought to be able to get 100 yards each week on anybody. So got some things to do there. I know you got some thoughts.
Well, yeah. So I mean, the O-line was banged up. I mean, the O-line was banged up this game. You got a lot of guys that play that if this was a cupcake kind of game, they would have rested. So you had some warriors out there, playing through pain.
Mm-hmm.
Two, like you said, Auburn's defensive front four is good. Like they're good. I want to put them in like great or elite, whatever, but they're really good. Their secondary not so good, and so that's where we had all our explosive plays. That secondary, those safeties look lost in the sauce, man. So we really took advantage of that, and I think Arbuckle was like, "Hey, I know we can throw it on them." and our pass protection was good. Like our offensive line, we with the trench warfare stuff, like we look through. I mean, our offensive line is really good at pass protecting. I think Mateer averages like 2.7 seconds average time to throw, and that's with all the big game stuff. So that's really solid. That's a really good day. And I think in this game he was around 2.7, 2.8. So like he has time to throw. Um, I thought they just took advantage of what the weakness was with Auburn, and that was the back four, really back seven in pass protection or pass coverage. So we'll dive into it. I'm gonna chalk it up to we gotta study it and see what happens and see it, and we'll answer the why come Wednesday.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Third takeaway, I already kind of touched on it. The atmosphere was just incredible. The Palace was rocking, just like it was for the Michigan game. You went to the Auburn game, I went to the Michigan game, and we both came away thinking, just a great atmosphere.
Yeah,
crowd was noisy. My guess is Auburn was probably a little better just because of Arnold coming back in town and it being a conference game and stuff. So you maybe I think both were good, but
yeah.
The one thing about it, and you and I have talked about it before, a great defense can bring a huge, loud crowd to Saturdays. It just can. It's a constant, feeding off each other thing. The defense makes plays, the crowd goes crazy. The defense makes plays, the crowd goes crazy. It's just a back and forth, and it never goes away as long as your defense is making stops. It's just, that's infectious, I guess is the right word, and it sticks around for the whole game, especially a game like that. And I don't know, was the fourth quarter crazy?
Yes.
In that regard? Okay.
I felt the whole game was really high level. I mean, it was electric, man. Like, it was exciting. It was loud. Everyone, it didn't matter. And this is another kind of key point when trying to create loud stadium noise, is it does take everyone, no matter where the ball is. So even if I was on the south end zone, even if the ball was all the way on the opposite side, everyone around me was screaming off the top of the lungs, even though we were like 120, 30, 50 yards away. And it probably didn't matter. It was just,
it matters.
It matters. And like it, like we were going, my wife lost her voice. So I mean, like we were loud. So we were super loud. And and we want more. Like the fourth quarter song, I like "We Will Rock You." Okay, Queen, like that's awesome. But it for whatever reason, it didn't move the stadium or whatever. We need maybe find another fourth quarter song. I really want to get the "We're beating the hell out of you" and you. We got to get 80,000 fans to do that.
Yeah.
I was also born and raised Sooner fan, but born and raised Chiefs fan. Went to a lot of Chiefs games. Chiefs have the loudest stadium in football, and when they do that, it shakes, man. Like it's wild. If we can get that on Saturday, holy moly, man. Holy moly. Like you're talking some serious home field advantage, and like that defense deserves it, man. Kip was going bonkers after every false start and holding. He was like, just like, he loved it. And we got, it's that relationship with fans and players, right? We be loud for you, go make a play. You make a play, we be loud for you. And it was jiving on Saturday, and it was a lot of fun, man. I cannot wait for the next big game. So yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Another takeaway, gonna go ahead and bring it up. The SEC having to come out with a statement because of the fantastic call play by Ben Arkpole Ben Arbuckle yesterday. I thought that was awesome.
Oh yeah,
It's funny because, you know, I guess they came out and said, you know, you're not supposed to have deception. I forget the right word, deception or whatever.
it's a substitution thing. Like
Yeah.
but from everywhere I saw on Twitter, I mean OU Twitter is on it. Said that he checked himself in. So I don't know the rules that well, but
Yeah.
I think if a receiver looks at a referee and goes, "I'm here,"
Right.
and the ref
ref's
goes,
like, you're good.
"Okay."
Right.
Like if that's true, it's kind of like, shouldn't the ref be like, "No, it's not okay,"
Yeah.
right, and chuck the flag? Like why would he allow that play to happen? I don't know. Maybe the referees don't know the rules either. I don't know.
Yep. No, it's not cheating or anything. It's just it's just outsmarting the other team.
It's
Here's the deal.
play that
Here's the deal, Rob.
every year runs. Ole Miss did it a couple years ago. It happens
football,
in the NFL.
Isn't football based on deception anyway? You're supposed to deceive the other team every play of the game, right? Isn't that the basis for football? Deceiving the other team.
Yeah. Especially
making
offense.
them not know what's going on. So just a great play call. I don't care what any of the Auburn fans say. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's a play that happens almost every week. Like it happens every year. I don't want to say every week, but it does happen every year, every single year. And it won't and the thing is, like, that has already gone through the news waves and stuff. Lane Kiffin's just going to do it again next week. Like he did it before. He's just going to do it again because he's going to be like, I want some attention too. like Arbuckle's getting all the attention here. That new guy, I'll do it. You know he would. Kiffin loves attention, man. I guarantee you he saw that and was like, okay, I need to put this in. Josh Heupel will do it. Just watch. We'll finish out the year. We'll have some of these other OCs that are like, man, this Arbuckle guy. Look at this, thinking he can have all of that. No, just watch. One of those other OCs in the SEC will do it.
No, I actually thought coming to the SEC, I thought like officiating would be better, but man, SEC refs suck at times. It's awful. It's awful. It's not any better than the Big 12. I don't know what they're doing. Some games there'll be 2 penalties. Other games there's 25. I mean, it's just all over the place. Just inconsistent. They're terrible.
There's human error human error in all the sports. I always took the position of just letting the players play, unless a kid gets holding, gets like a tackle or whatever. I just want kids to play. Like if I see a corner receiver, pushing each other or whatever, I don't care. I like to play, let the players play. I don't like referees trying to throw flags to try to control the game or be inconsistent, like what we saw last week, where you had Keontae Lewis get helmet to helmet hit, and then RMT does it, 3-4 drives later and gets thrown out of the game. It's kind of like, usually a good referee crew will communicate early to the player or to the coaches and be like, we're going to allow this. We're not going to allow that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm going to call this. I'm going to call that. And they just stay very consistent to it their whole game and throw the flags that they want to control within. But I feel like that crew was a little lost, man. A little bit lost.
Yeah. I don't know what this is going to turn into. Are they going to, is the SEC going to issue a statement for everything?
No,
that happens. You know what I mean?
Well, you were watching.
Yeah,
you were watching. Wasn't the announcer for the game? Someone said the announcer of the game couldn't stop talking about it.
It went on and on, Rob, all the way through the fourth quarter.
So what is the actual rule break? Is it because he didn't substitute out?
So
what does anyone know? What the opposite side is about?
I would have
the
to
rule
read.
Is what rule? Because if he checked himself. If he checked himself, hey,
he never came off the field. So I think it was just the whole deception of him looking like he was leaving and that would allow Auburn to substitute if he left the field. So the whole deceiving, unfair, whatever, it just I don't know, it's just silly.
But
So
is it deceiving if you told the referee that you're on the line?
Yes, it's deceiving the other team. Whether the ref, that ref acknowledged him being there, but it was just one of those things. I don't care. I think it's awesome. I'm glad
weird.
we did it. So, I told you, I'm like, why don't they release a statement on the schedule imbalance that there is this year? Why don't we release a statement about, guys getting called for targeting when they shouldn't have? Are we just going to start releasing statements for every time they screw up on something? I think it's just funny that it came out. I don't know. It feels like they don't make statements like this very often. So I find it odd that it came out now. But either way, a win's a win. Just kind of a weird situation. Last takeaway, you survived. You got a win in the SEC. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how it looks, how ugly it might be, but just getting on top, it's hard to win in this league. We know that last year we went 1-7-ish, 2-6,
2-6, I think.
Just a hard league to win in. So
it is.
You don't play the best of games, especially on offense, and you still come away from a victory. So you and I keep talking about it. This offense has a higher ceiling to come, and the running game can get better. Mateer can play better. Hopefully that starts happening pretty soon.
Well,
otherwise
I will say,
we're gonna get some L's here pretty soon if it doesn't.
Well, okay, so I want to say this too, because give some credit to Auburn, because that Auburn team is really good. Like, they're good. Like, this wasn't like, they're not the same Auburn from last year that went 2-6 too. Their offensive line is good. Like, and their defense front is good. They're a good SEC team. I expect them to go at least 8-4 through the year. I don't know what their schedule is, but looking at our schedule and seeing, going down the line from Texas to South Carolina to Ole Miss and all of them, our schedule's opened up. Like, because all those teams ahead of us are having some serious issues. Auburn's got to be playing some of those same teams too, and I bet they're going to have themselves a good season. And that win was a really good quality win in the fourth week. 1-0 conference play. I think that Auburn win's going to make us look pretty good. And getting the run game and getting Mateer kind of lock, want to keep them in the pocket and, maybe step up in the pocket. That's been a big conversation on the last trench warfare. There's a lot of growth left on the offense and the defensive side of the ball. There's growth left on that defensive side of the ball, which is crazy. Wild, because how well they played last night. But there are still personnel upgrades that are going to allow schematic changes that are going to yield even tougher defense from the Sooners. So, yeah.
No, I just pulled up Auburn's remaining schedule. They got a few easy opponents, but their 5 toughest games left, Rob, are at A&M.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's gonna be a fun game.
At Vanderbilt.
Ooh, that'd be good one too.
Georgia, Missouri, and Bama at home. Those are their 5 toughest games left.
I think they beat Alabama this year, man. I want them to beat Alabama. I want DeBoer to come falling. I don't know why Alabama's been king in the mountain for so long. I want chaos. And what more chaos can you possibly have than losing to your rival? Those are some good games, man. Those are some good games, man. That's a tougher schedule than I thought they would have. Dang.
Yeah. So they got Mercer stuck.
We got a question here.
Yeah.
Honest opinion on Arnold. Oh, yeah, man.
We covered that earlier. So
did we?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know, he's a good quarterback, man. Like the what he had to go through last year, what we all had to go through last year, the Sooner offense was abysmal, and it was not all on him. And you know, you had a staff last year that didn't have a single quarterback coach, so he lost an entire year of development, and he was in an offense that didn't make any sense from the beginning. Him going to Hugh Freeze, Hugh Freeze has a framework, he has a structure, and Arnold will be a dangerous quarterback real soon if he stays in a structure, in a framework, stays with the same language. The expectation is clear from year to year. He's got the arm. It's just, hey, he needs to develop, and he'll at Auburn. They've done a great job bringing in some talent. Like Cam Coleman's going to be there for at least another year.
Yeah, bringing in
So,
Singleton was a good addition.
and a Singleton, yeah. I mean, Auburn is on. I feel like Auburn's one of the teams up on the rise. I had Auburn and I had Texas A&M as my two teams that I felt like were like going to be those like dark horse SEC teams that were just going to wreck things. Besides us, of course. So teams that were kind of on that bottom half last year that are going to flip the script. So I'm going to keep watching Auburn because I you know, it's going to be one of those teams. I think this win's going to make us look good, and they're just going to, you know, I think they're going to end up beating Alabama this year. So
yeah, no,
and Arnold will be a part of it.
Yeah, good question, Garrett. Garrett's actually an Auburn fan, so I always like.
Oh, is he really?
Okay. I always like an opposing fans come in here. It's always great. But I'm with Rob. I thought Arnold played a good game. I will say, and Rob kind of touched on it earlier. If he didn't have Cam Coleman, this offense wouldn't be able to stretch the field and take the top off very often. So I think that would make Arnold's life a little harder if Cam Coleman wasn't out there. So
yeah,
he's kind of the key to that offense a little bit, because you got to have somebody that can stretch the field, and they would lose that, you know, instantly without him there.
And that's really a testament to our D line, because if our D line had to go up against material, and they do every day in practice, like what would that game kind of look like? John Mateer and that offensive line, you know. So I thought Arnold did have a good game, and he had a stud out there that was wrecking things, man. That Cam Coleman is a monster, dude. Like, golly,
he is. He's a stud. He's good.
Yeah.
So, Rob, do you feel like? I feel like BV's having fun this year with that defense, man. Just relaxed and cutting those guys loose. He just looks so comfortable. Do you just feel now that he's just dealing with defense, that he's just kind of a just happy-go-lucky dude over there, just enjoying?
Absolutely.
He looks so relaxed.
I was writing about it last week on the, you know, Champion Standard newsletter about how he just looks so cool, calm, collected, and then, you know, having fun. Like, it's a different BV, man. Like, it's a different Brent on the sideline. And I just think it's funny that when he was first hired, everybody was like, well, who's going to be the get back coach and all this different stuff, and who's going to be the guy that's going to pull him away. And like, here we are in year 4, and he's the DC, and he's just like, you know, just laser focused, and guy makes a play and he's happy and he's running out there, and I mean it's good. And he's got a defensive line that is just, dude, there's just so many guys that are making plays. You know, we said potentially 8 guys got 9 sacks. That's a lot of guys that are playing at a high level right now. And Britt has a lot of creative freedom. Britt, in this game, we have to come up with a gambling nickname for him, because like we used to have Riverboat Bob or Big Game Bob.
You were asking me that yesterday.
I was like, we need to come up with a nickname, because the guy in 4 weeks of football now has gone cover 0, hot coverage behind it, and a 7-man pressure, cover 0, hot. And here we come. And he did it with Auburn in the red zone, daring them. And they had that little trick play. I was sitting there on that south side like, oh my God, we don't have a safety here. We don't have a safety here. They're going to take a shot. They checked out of what they were in. They went to their trick play, take a shot, ball hits the dirt. And I'm like, wow, that's some gambling man's type stuff. I mean, that is like, I've got a big old set. Here we come. You can't block us. Good
Right.
luck. I'll take the
Yeah,
low percentage
yeah.
throw. And we got to come up with a nickname.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, we'll think of something. BV, the DC is just that's not good enough. We need something
No.
good. Yeah.
No.
So Garrett asked what class that Jaden Jackson is. He's actually a sophomore, so we get him for one more year. Thank God. Yeah, he's a monster. Jaden just completely manhandles people the entire game. If it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he is disruptive. Usually every other play at a minimum.
Yeah. I mean, our two IDLs, whoever it is, if it's Jaden, Dominic, and David Stone, in the last 3 weeks, on our rewatches, they would take turns just pushing the center to the ground, like over week to week. I haven't had the rewatch, and I don't think Connor Liu is the kind of guy that gets pushed to the ground. Even if it happened just once, that would be a big surprise. But Connor Liu is a great center. Like, he's going to be probably one of the top 2 centers that are drafted. And I can't wait to go kind of in the rewatch and see like how that battle was taking place. And Jaden Jackson was everywhere. Like, he was everywhere. He's everywhere.
He is.
On rushing plays, he's everywhere. He's in the picture every damn time. He's either making the play or he's like right there, like every single time. He is not one to get washed out of nothing. Like, he's too fast and too smart and too strong.
No, never. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. I'll be curious to see what you and Alex and JY conjure up by Wednesday, because there's some good stuff. There's going to be some good stuff on tape that you have for us on Wednesday. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stone's playing out of his mind right now. Just that whole D line's just been great. There's so many guys that we can mention, but again, we had 8 guys get sacks, just completely disruptive up front. Front 7 played great.
Yeah.
I wish Bowen would have picked that one pass off and took it to the house. He could have had a pick 6 so easily.
Yeah. Kendall Daniels had another drop.
Yeah, secondary was just okay. I think that was kind of marred by Cortland Guillory having to guard. So they may have played well, but he made the secondary maybe not look so good because he was I don't know the right word, just kind of out of his element, but just a 4th game freshman trying to play an NFL caliber wide receiver is a recipe for disaster. So
and that's where the matchup, right? And so early in the game, we were playing a lot of man coverage, and we were playing, hey, man coverage, we're taking the run game, we're going to pressure you. So we had all these 5-man, 6-man pressures with man coverage behind it. And that ended up, and if you're Auburn and our corners don't travel, we're not a right and left corner system. We're not a boundary and field corner system. Guillory's on the defensive right. So Hugh Freeze just says, okay, here's Cam Coleman on the left.
So that's why you kept saying that. Okay.
Yes, that's why I kept saying that. And so on the boards. So like Coleman's on the left, Guillory's on the right. We're running a lot of 5- and 6-man pressures. We're putting man coverage behind it, which allowed in the open field, mind you, in the open field between the 20-yard line to the 20-yard line, gives opportunity for Cam Coleman to go over the top. He gets it because he's a monster. And so that was happening in the first half. What happened in the second half? We went cover 6. So we were taking a natural zone double, cover 2, over Cam Coleman. But then what happened? We were allowing all the underneath throws in the open field. So we had all the underneath throws. That's where you had all those little crossing routes and all these other different stuff where they were churning that, but you were making Auburn drive the football, which you want because it gives your defense more opportunities for TFLs and sacks to stall drives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We stalled them for pretty much the entire second half until the that 7th minute, 8th minute, whatever drive, one of their second to last drive where they went and scored. They hit all the underneath throws. They get to the low red. They know they can't run the football. They had a couple explosive plays, but they got to that low red and they said, okay, you can't run zone doubles in low red. You can't run zone coverage in the low red because you got to play cat defense so you don't have busted coverages. So we went right back to man, and they went right back to a low percentage throw to Cam Coleman. And that's where I was saying, like, personnel upgrades. Kendall Dobie has the height, the length, everything. And he's injured. He's slowly coming back to football, shaking the rust off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was on the boards. I was like, we need to get size in here. Cam Coleman's way too tall. He's too strong. You got to have someone that can punch the ball out, or at least, get their eyes on their hands and everything to make a play. And that was it. And, BV was making those adjustments through the game and really worked Auburn. Auburn answers were kept shrinking. And they only really had, in order to punch it in, was Cam. And Cam made big plays on a rookie corner. And Cam is going to do it for the rest of the year. So I think, you're looking at like the ceiling of this defense is not, we haven't even hit the ceiling yet. Personnel upgrades lead to schematic advantages, and we could really roll. And as good as Cam is, probably the best single receiver on our schedule, you got Tennessee here in a few weeks, and they've got dudes that are 6'5" that can run too. Now they're not as good as Cam, but they got a quarterback that's willing just to lay it up there.
Yep.
So that's going to be a hell of a game when we go to Tennessee, because we're going to have to deal with that same thing. And you hope that you get some players that can match up.
Yep. If we can have Eli back, if you have Eli, Gentry, Cortland, who's the fourth corner? I'm forgetting about. I said
you got Eli, Kendall, Guillory, and Gentry.
Yeah. So if you have 3 or 4 of those guys back, we're going to need all hands on deck against Tennessee for sure, because they will have no problem testing us. Yeah, I saw that question pop up, Rob. I'll let you take that since it's a
honestly,
those gaps. Yep.
I haven't seen the watch back, but Gabe knows his O-line, and Blaylock's been solid the whole time. So like he hasn't missed gaps for 3 games. I would assume that Auburn probably played it a little bit differently, that he had seen it before, and so Blaylock probably made some. But Blaylock's been solid on his rules and his keys, especially in counter, which that's our sauce is counter and duo. So I gotta study it. Like I like to have 2 or 3 days to actually rewatch the all 22 and break it down and look at it. I will say that, you go through now 4 weeks with Ben Arbuckle. One of the things that I've noticed is that's very, very different than 2024 Washington offense is that we don't run as much wide zone. That was, again, the most productive running back rushing concept that Arbuckle had last year was wide zone. We're not running it. We ran it a couple of times, and it was good. It was decent, but we're not running it, Brad. Like that's been one of my biggest surprise, especially after 4 weeks, is that we're not running the wide zone. We're really leaning. We're becoming more and more a counter major team, which is I expected us to be a counter major team, but I was expecting some more pistol wide zone. Our guys are not very good at running it. Without rewatching it, my opinion is that our rushing output was limited because our offensive line was seriously banged up, and we had a really good defensive line that we were playing against. And that until I do a rewatch and actually study it for a few days, then I might change my tune on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, hey Rob, I know you got a few stats you want to look at, so I don't want to keep you from that. So if you want to shift over to our
Okay.
stat
Yeah,
session.
let me get set up here. Let me figure.
I caught you off guard. So
I know. Hold on.
yeah, while you're pulling that up, I know we forgot to mention that OU moved up to 7th in the AP poll. So we're just steadily climbing.
Oh.
We actually moved ahead of Texas this week.
Wow.
That Texas,
Whoa,
Florida.
what the hell? Why is Texas even up there? What the heck is going on?
Yeah, I know.
Like, they're terrible.
You know what though? I sure would like them to be favored when we head down to Dallas. That would make me happy.
Like, why is Texas?
I don't want to be favored when we go down there, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
And
do it. All right, Brad. Sorry,
all
did I
right.
cut you
Yeah,
off?
no, you're good. You're good. I was going to talk about Arch Manning bowing up to Sam Houston State or whoever they played yesterday.
Yeah, I know that again.
That's kind of funny. Anyway,
it's really strange, man.
we'll save all that for OU Texas week.
Oh man, we're gonna stretch that out, man, because Arch, that poor kid, man. He doesn't realize how bad he is. he doesn't realize how bad that offense is. Just not just him, but everyone around him. Anyway, okay. So looking at OU, so this is our advanced metric stuff. This is our FBS ranks through some different thing, all our different categories here, and we're starting to see a little bit more yellow on the offensive side of the ball, for sure. You explosive rush rate. We're now 66th out of 130. Havoc rate allowed. We're now 60th in the country. Stuff rate allowed. That's again run plays. We're 65th.
So these are always cumulative. Anytime you show these on Sundays, correct?
Yes. So I've got the cumulative look, and I've got some stats where we've got the weekly. So we do have weekly if you want to see some.
No, I like the cumulative. Yep.
Yeah. And then the defense, really kicking some butt, man. Third down conversion rate.
Yep.
We're number one. And yes.
First.
That's what I have, man. Yes.
Stats don't lie.
I'm just that's what I've got.
Yep.
Someone else prove me wrong. If you got something different, let's work together.
Right. We were like fourth.
But
we were fourth last week, I think. So
yeah, I was fourth. Explosive rush rate allowed. We took a dip. Auburn. Good. I don't know who's the Auburn running back, man, but that dude is a he takes some shots and keep running. He
did. He ran through trash, as Brent likes to say. He ran through trash.
Very, very physical guy, man. Like he made some of those explosives on his own.
Jeremiah Cobb. Jeremiah Cobb is the guy you're thinking of. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can steal him from you, because I wouldn't mind me having a jock like that. I'm just playing. Anyway, havoc rate, we're 7th in the country. That's your TFL sacks, PBUs. Sack rate, we're 2nd in the country on sack rate. So yeah, that's crazy. Again, yards rush. You look at this defense, it's the allowing explosive rush plays. That's been the one little hiccup. And we saw it in the first week, we saw it in the third week, and now we see it again with Auburn. But yeah, that's pretty good. And I'm not really enjoying the yellow over here with the offense.
No, and most of it's rushing related. The passing games, like adequate or good.
Yeah.
But most of the yellows have to do with our inability to rush. Yeah.
Let me see here. I need to go to a different dashboard because
I will say before you toggle off of that one,
Yeah.
Third down conversion rate was an area we've always wanted to improve on, so that's awesome over on the defense side.
Oh, defense side. Yeah.
The second to the bottom one, yards per play allowed first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Success rate allowed first. Like, we can't get better.
And what's I mean, statistically we can't because you're number one, but
Correct. That's
personnel
what I
and
meant.
schematic changes, like we
Absolutely.
haven't hit the ceiling yet. And that this is why this year feels different, because we actually have a offense that's complementary that can do, they're still struggling here with some yellows and oranges, whatever,
yeah.
but we have a solid offense that is allowing you to see the ceiling, or the potential, maybe not ceiling, but the potential of how good this defense was. This is the defense that we all expected last year, but they were put in so many bad spots because our offense was the worst that OU's ever had, really. So this, great stuff. Any other random things you want to?
No, I just want to, just like Garrett, our Auburn fan, mentioned, our turnover margin, we're like last in the country, or like bottom, yet still winning football games. So if that flips, I'll say this, and I know you're getting to it. If we start getting turnovers and our running game starts coming around, we're contenders for the SEC and beyond. We just are. I mean, if we get a ball control offense, because we're not ball control yet, we're just good enough right now. But if we can become a ball control offense with this defense, it's over, dude.
Yeah. That's a solid day. All right, let me go to some weekly stuff, and then we can look at like what we've been taking a look at, which is the EPA dropback and Havoc rate, or what I call like the misery index. So this is the weekly. So we're tracking it weekly. I'll only put like 4 or 5 in here because I don't want like 20 different lines going in different directions. So you and the audience can always tell me, hey, next time add this or add that or whatever, and I can change it. Offensive yards per play was the worst. The Auburn defense gave us some fits, and there you go. You see the yellows and oranges. The Auburn's defense took our run game away. And run game is gravy for yards per play. I mean, if you can hit 4 yards a play on rushing, if you're relying on explosive pass plays to keep moving the ball downfield, that's a recipe. Going back to your point, you're gonna get into some trouble. So we got to find that run game. Let's look at defensive side here. Yards allowed was slightly less than week 2. Who did we play week 2? Michigan.
Yep.
They had explosive plays too. Coming down to, but I want to show you this. This is crazy. Success rate allowed was high. Havoc rate was just slightly tick lower than Temple, but we played a better quality team. Better quality team than Temple, but we matched, and that kind of goes to our point in the last pods, is that this defense is not playing to the level of their opponent. They're actually they're raising their game and then raising their game again over our opponent. Anything else you want to see here? Let me look at the offense over here on the left. Success rate went down. Explosive rate went down compared to week over week. I mean, this was the least offensive output, and we scored 22 points. I think it's a good defense. Good opponent. Okay, let's look at the misery index here.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me zoom in. So what this is looking at is EPA drop back allowed. So this is efficiency of pushing the ball downfield every time a quarterback drops back to pass versus how much havoc rate a defense is causing. Again, havoc is TFLs, sacks, PBUs, INTs, forced fumbles. OU nationally is pretty much in the really, really damn good category, which means they are causing 15% havoc cumulative on the year and a 9% EPA dropback allowed, meaning negative. So, which means every time a quarterback dropbacks back, they are negatively trying to push the ball down, like inefficiently pushing the ball downfield. This is like crazy because Ohio State last year sat in this corner all year long, weekly, cumulatively, and we're sitting right there. I like to have the national view just because you can kind of see this big group of teams in the middle.
You read
and
my
you
mind.
You have this big group over here, which are all the really bad teams, like I don't know,
UCLA over there.
UCLA.
Yep.
Who just fired their coach.
Yep.
And then there's Michigan. I'm not sure where Auburn is, but I went ahead because some people were asking for the SEC only. And OU is breaking my chart, man. Like I can't even get the logo within the damn thing. Auburn's up here. So Auburn, 13% havoc rate, but a positive EPA drop back. And I mean, we're sticking out, man. This down here is pretty wild. So we're causing a negative EPA dropback allowed, and we have 15%. Now, if you guys have been watching the pod weekly, our havoc rate was actually down here, meaning like we were negative dropback, but our havoc rate was 9-10%. In this Auburn game, we created a crazy amount of havoc with sacks like galore. And so that's why we're all the way in this corner, is because our havoc rate nearly doubled in this last game, and we're still having an EPA dropback that's negative or unfavorable or favorable to us as defense.
I feel like you're missing a few teams. That doesn't look like 16 off the top of my head. Is
Is
that because some went off the chart? Maybe.
Probably.
I know you love it when I call you out on one of your.
I'm missing one. I am missing one. Who is it? Hey, audience, find them.
No, who is it?
I don't know.
I feel like we're missing one.
1, 2,
oh gosh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm missing 2.
Are you?
I think I'm missing 2.
Mississippi State.
Oh God. Oh no, Mississippi State's right here, man.
Okay. I'm trying to scan through it really quick here. Oof.
I'm missing 1.
Okay.
Who's the one that I don't
who's the lone one? Yeah.
Arkansas's in here. Missouri's in here.
I will say this: Texas and OU down there. That's going to be a defensive slug out when we go head to head. That game may end up 10-6.
Yeah.
Down in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, that's gonna bother me, man. Like I'm like, I don't know who I don't care about. Whatever. I don't care about them.
Yeah, maybe I miscounted. That's probably my bad. So never mind.
Okay. Let's see. What else? I don't think I have anything else today. I kind of just wanted to look at those, our base stuff. I wanted the sack completion and pressure percentage table updated that we've got that we're tracking weekly, and I couldn't get it because I go through SIS and they hadn't finished their eval because everyone's sort of like, oh my God, there's so much disruption from this OU defense. You know, are these sacks? Are these TFLs? Was that a design QB run? The data houses are legitimately had to rewatch it in order to like plug it in.
Right.
Interesting enough, I talked to SIS, about it because it was missing. He told me PFF uses AI. So PFF uses an AI to watch and try to plug in info, and that's why it came up with 11 sacks. And SIS doesn't do that. They actually have people that are going through it. So like PFF is now having to use people to go in there and redo everything. So
Hey, I think you were missing Tennessee, not to get hung up on that still.
That's who it is.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's who I think it was. I just had a aha moment.
Okay, so they were in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. No, I think after a couple more weeks here, I think you kind of start to figure out who are the really good elite offenses in the league and who are, whether it's defense or offense. We already know Tennessee's got a pretty good offense. We have a good defense. So where's everybody else kind of fall?
Yeah.
Is kind of where we're at right now, Yeah, that game in Knoxville is going to be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
If I look at our schedule, Rob, I give us a loss in Knoxville, and then honestly, the other 6 conference games, I don't we can win. That doesn't mean we're going to be favored, but even at Alabama, for some reason, I'm not crazy concerned with going to Alabama like I was before the season started.
Well, it's kind of crazy because we were complaining about our schedule as all through the offseason. Now we're in the schedule. Now we're actually in the season. You just beat a really good team in Auburn, and you look at your schedule, there's not really another Cam Coleman on there. There's not another offensive line that's as good as Auburn's. Name me an offensive line that's as good as Auburn's or better. Maybe.
You caught. I'm gonna. Alabama's the first one that popped in my head.
Tennessee's doing decent, but it ain't Texas, and it's not not South Carolina, and it's not Missouri.
It's not LSU. They lost those guys to the league.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, you might be right.
I'm telling you, the Auburn win was a good win. Right. I called it a battle of the Titans because you had NFL talent on Auburn's offensive and defensive line. You had NFL talent on OU's defensive line and offensive line that clashed on the field. So, I mean, I'm telling you, man, the schedule is not. And then you look at the quarterbacks too. I mean, we were kind of saying Jackson had a pretty good game. Arch is playing like garbage, man.
Right.
Lawrence Sellers is not. He's about mediocre.
Right.
Aguilar is throwing it up to his 6'5" receivers. Now that can be dangerous, but he's not really pushing. He's not really pushing the needle. I mean, our schedule is opened up. I mean, Alabama, Ty Simpson, it probably will be better. Should be better by November. And then you, of course, got Garrett Nussmeier at the end of the year at home. I've been saying through off season and everything, I'm never one to complain about the schedule ever. You play your damn schedule. You gotta
leave that to me, Rob. I will bitch and moan about our schedule. Okay.
Yeah. But you start fast, you finish strong. You drop 1 or 2 games in the meat, but in the meat of your schedule, those 5 games, what I don't think is going to happen. I don't think we drop 2 games in the middle, but you start fast, you finish strong. You have an opportunity to finish strong on your schedule with Missouri and LSU at home in November. And if that defense continues to play the way that they do, like we've been saying, you said earlier in this episode, that crowd is going to be loud as hell. And it caused problems for Auburn with their 6 false starts and their 2 holding penalties, and their 2 delay games. That was a lot of penalties that ate up yards. And I don't know, man. I'm feeling good. This team is. I'm not the throw the elite word ever. I hate that word. Yeah. The elite. We're elite. We're elite. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I feel like elite is reserved to for teams that win championships or push for a championship.
Georgia's defense was elite about 5 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yep.
They won champion that you say elite.
Mm-hmm.
And this defense has got a lot more to prove. It's really good. It was really good against Auburn. And if they can continue to play that way and carry us to Miami, and win a championship, which would be wild. But then you could slap that elite tag and be like, yes, this is what an elite defense looks like.
Yeah, they're really
Ohio
good.
State's defense last year was really good. That was an elite defense. They won a championship off that defense. So
yeah, no, I'm with you. And what's you can say that this defense feels like they will give us a chance every time we step on the field this year.
Yeah,
they're that good. So you don't have to say elite, but the fact that they're good enough to keep most teams probably under 20 points if we're looking at the rest of our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a few. Every year there's always a couple of teams that score 30-plus points. It just happens. But you just hope we're able to possibly do a shootout with them. But, yeah, this defense is able to keep us in every game, and that's all you want. And defense travels.
It does.
That's something that always people say is defense travels. Anywhere you go, it doesn't matter. Usually if the defense can show up, that kind of keeps the crowd noise from being a factor sometimes as much. But I'm like you. I'm excited. We'll be 5-0 going into Red River. I mean, what more could we ask for?
We're in a position to really push for a legitimate playoff run, going 5-0 against your biggest rival, and the rival is struggling. But you and I know, OU Texas week doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
It's a different game. Both teams game playing that for weeks, months, and that it's just a whole nother animal. Neutral site, all of it. We know. But I will say, I think we're going to beat the shit out of them. So they're in complete disarray.
Offensively,
defense great. I know. I see
is legit, man.
I see it, but that offense losing DeAndre Moore and Arch Manning is seeing ghosts, and that offensive line, Kyle Flood has no idea what he's doing, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I hope you're right. I would like to have a nice Red River route in our favor for a change.
Well, do we have anything else?
I don't think so. Do we want to put a wrap on this?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. No, appreciate everyone joining us. Even the Auburn guys, I really appreciate y'all jumping in on the chat. We always like to hear from everyone else as well. But yeah, appreciate it. Enjoy your bye week, but we'll have some other episodes, the next couple of weeks. Just because we've got a bye week, we're not taking the week off. So appreciate everyone, and we will catch you Wednesday or next week. Take care, Boomer.
Hey, that is my standard, champion standard. Yeah. Run my place, ayy, keep up with the pace, ayy. If you don't got motion, then stay up out of my face, ayy. I be doing a race, ayy, 100 yards out of the way, ayy. It's time to lock in the field, baby, it's game day. 7 rings you can't handle, I'm on a champion man too. Welcome to my standards, maybe that's something you can do. Maybe try a different angle, maybe try a different play too. When you know you're the greatest, some people might hate you. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard, don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. I'll tell you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Put up or shut up, you know it's competitive. We will not ever take losses. Yeah, I be playing the game, but at heart, you know I am just really a boss. Youngin' or boomer, don't matter who's on that field, everybody getting sauce. Get down with the team, cause we really one-on-one, yeah. Hey, I'm the man, yeah. Watch how we make fans, while we also make this cash, hey. When it comes to plays, there isn't one we haven't ran, yeah. Competition's getting body, that's no capping. Champ, champ, champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Champion standard, and we don't play. Champion standard, and we don't play.